Hey guys, Friday morning here. We're just doing some little bit of testing and wanted to share some progressive controller management with you. We did this live video for the first time with the progressive controller last week, and seemed like people really enjoyed it, so figured today we would share just a little bit of testing and some common questions we get and some information, we're just trying to share with you guys, and you can share this with your buddies as well. The single stage progressive controller systems have gotten to be really popular over the past several years, and probably one of the biggest questions we get is about fuel control and nitrous control early in the run. A lot of guys call and they'll be mentioning that they notice that the car initially hits good, all of a sudden the RPM lays over, their air fuels go lean through the roof, and they wonder how to address it or what the problem is. And in most cases it's a fuel delivery problem, and some guys try to fix it by changing the solenoids, changing the nitrous solenoids, but one of the easiest ways to manage it regardless of the system is through your progressive controller, and that's one of the things that our new controller is going to do. But also, like the NMS 1000s that a lot of guys use, you can manage them with the launchers, the Lingenfelter box. There's a lot of good options, but really having the knowledge of what's going on is step one to identifying what you need to do. So we're going to show a quick little test here in a minute to really look at just like one of the fuel solenoids that we've got is what we call our little man. It's our small fuel solenoid, 154 to 156 thousandths orifice, versus we've got our bottom out fuel solenoid that is about a 178 to about a 180 orifice depending on the base. Our little fuel solenoid still what's on cars like Ron Rhodes. We've since made a change and we use the bottom exit on a lot of the newer systems because it will move more fuel pulse for pulse. If you look at the controller and you're looking, if you pulse the solenoid 5 times, obviously the bigger hole is going to move it, move that fuel a lot better. So we're going to fire up the flow bench. We've got a couple solenoids here and a couple graduated cylinders that we're going to just flow into. We've got the two positive wires and the two grounds, so we know that we're running these things together. This is going to show us basically a quick short test. We're at basic 15% running at 20 hertz, and this is just wide open, the difference you would see for the solenoid to give the distribution block. So right there you can see the cylinder on the left, obviously the difference in the amount of fuel it moved, and like I say, that was at 15% and they were both on 20 hertz. One of the things that we did previous to starting the video was we monitored and measured our pounds per hour that the bigger solenoid was flowing at that setting, and basically at 15%, 20 hertz, that big solenoid was moving about 55 pounds an hour based on our numbers and our flow bench. Back to what we were talking about with this management is how many guys out there go out, download their graph, and they see the thing run up off of the two-step, and all of a sudden it nosedives and goes flat. You'll see your accelerometer fall off. You'll see the air fuel spike through the roof. That's a lean condition 9 times out of 10 that you need to address. In this case, the easy way, if we had the small solenoid, you can see the difference of how much fuel it moved. But in a previous test before going live, we basically found that we could take that small solenoid, give it 10% more start percent. So essentially we were running it at 25% and it moved the same 55 pounds an hour of fuel as the bigger orifice. So one of the things again that you have to do, and that's the advantage of driving your nitrous and your fuel separately. Let's say you're leaving at 15% straight across and you're seeing this lean void. It's not uncommon to go in your controller and jack the fuel up 10% as a starting point to help recover that lean condition early on. It's very common, let's say in the first 2 to 3 tenths into the run to about 7 or 8 tenths into the run. And of course that's where our 60 foot happens, you know, so that's when you're fighting lean and the engine can't accelerate, the car's not going to accelerate. And you know, that's a big key to performance and making big numbers happen. So just like I say, a quick little simple test. We get a lot of calls about this, a lot of our customers, you know, that are struggling, and just something we wanted to share out there on these live videos and let guys know. Sometimes the fix is as simple as using the tools that you already have, which in most cases is your progressive controller, and being able to, you know, run the solenoids at different rates. One of the tests we're going to do probably upcoming, we don't have one of our new controllers up here yet, but that's one of the advantages we're going to have, is we can run our nitrous at not only different percentages, but our nitrous and fuel at different hertz as well. So some of the a lot of the testing that we've done just recently, we were not only looking at percentages, but we were looking at different hertz and how they are controlled, and that's some information that will be beneficial to our customers and things we share with our people, and you know, things that'll help guys out going forward. But hopefully this is another good live video a lot of people will enjoy and share. I think a lot of guys might have the light come on and say, man, that's what my car does, you know. So we want to kind of tip you off to, here's what to look at, here's a way that you can address it and get things, you know, back on track and start picking your car up. So that was just a little bit of stuff we wanted to go through and share with you. If you want to make if you have any questions and you want to make some posts, we'll try to address your questions as best we can within our workday. And we appreciate everybody sharing this, you know, to help your friends out and tuning in to check it out.